Hi guys, thanks for joining us. Happy New Year. I hope you all had a wonderfully festive Christmas time, a restful break, lots of happiness, lots of good memories. We're now in the month of January. Lots has happened in the church since we were last at school, and there's lots still to come. So this is a short video about what has happened and what our focus should be as we move through January. So when we last were in school, Mary was still pregnant. And since then, a lot has happened in the Gospels and in the story that we've been hearing at Mass. Jesus was born. Then we had the visits from the shepherds, the wise men. And yesterday, we celebrated the baptism of Jesus. Now, the baptism of Jesus happened when Jesus was 30 years old and marked the start of his public ministry. So we've really leapt forward in terms of the timeline of Jesus' life. And that's because the church put so much focus on the things that Jesus did during his 3 years leading up to his death, that we want to hear as much of that as possible before we enter Lent and celebrate Easter. January is a month that is traditionally devoted to the holy name of Jesus. We celebrate the feast of the holy name of Jesus, and the whole month is encouraging us to recognize the importance and the significance of Jesus as a name, as a word, as a phrase that we use. In Hebrew, Jesus means God saves. All of our names have meaning. All of our names have a particular reason why we are called that. It might invoke memories of family members. I'm named after my mum's granddad. Our names are important to us, and Jesus' name is no different. In fact, Jesus' name is even more important, because when we say Jesus, we are recognizing that God saves us, that through Jesus' suffering, death, and resurrection, through his life, his example, his witness, we are all saved by Jesus, and his name symbolizes that. Now, sometimes we don't use Jesus' name in the way that we should. Quite often people will use it instead of swearing. They'll shout it. They won't use it with the honor and respect it deserves. And I think January is a really important time for us to reflect on this. If someone was using your name as a swear word, if someone was using your name instead of saying something they shouldn't, we'd be quite offended at that. We wouldn't want our names treated in that way. And Jesus is the same. We should be showing the respect for Jesus that his name deserves. A lot of people, when they're praying or when they're speaking, if they say the name of Jesus, they will bow their heads. So maybe this month, reflect a little bit on what the name Jesus means to you and how we can use that name in a more reverent and respectful way. And the final thing is just to reflect a little bit on the Epiphany. So the Epiphany has just happened. It's when we remember the Magi, the wise men, bringing their gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh to Jesus. And when we hear that story, we're encouraged to reflect on what we would bring. What is it that we, at the start of this new year, bring before Jesus? What are our hopes and expectations for the year ahead? Who are the people in our lives who need our prayers at the moment? What things over the last few weeks have we been grateful for? What difficulties and challenges are we facing we can ask for Jesus' support with? As we begin this new year, let's focus our prayer on what we bring before Jesus. Focus our minds on whatever that is for you. It'll be different and unique for everyone. But take some time today, take some time over the next few weeks, as we reflect on the importance of Jesus' name, to also reflect on what we bring before Jesus. And what do we need Jesus' help with, or what do we need to give thanks to Jesus for in our lives? So make that your prayer focus for the coming weeks. I hope you have a brilliant start to the year. See you soon. Goodbye.